just really disappointing because, like, you have these people, they're clearly supposed to be gods, you know, they inspire all this. They've been alive for thousands of years. And what do? Like, one of them's teaching a class to some annoying kids. Another one of them's, like, trying to be a dad. The rest of them are, like, you know, Bollywood movies. And just no creativity. Whereas, like, my favorite African dictator, Mobutu Sese Seko Kukuna Benduwaza Banga. He, in the height of his power, gathered all the witch doctors in his country in the Congo, and he had them convince the majority of the population that he could, at will, become a leopard. There's nothing like that in this movie. Yep, Filthy Gaijin Podcast reviews the Eternals. I am El Cid.
Baki.
Shinobu.
And, wow. Oh boy. This was quite something. Gentlemen, where do you want to begin?
Masterpiece.
Yeah, I just want to say that I hope everyone watching this, or plans on watching it, is wearing protection, because you're going to get fucked for 2.5 hours while watching this.
Nah, bro. Nah, I'm going to disagree with you there, because like that would have at least been exciting. This was just so fucking boring. Oh, dear.
But Marvel's like pitching this as like some Oscar-winning like a period piece movie or something. Like they're like drama, B. This is it.
No, unironically, this is. I'm not just saying this to like be dramatic. This is objectively the worst Marvel movie of all time. All time.
It's not even a Marvel movie.
Iron Man 3 was better than this shit, and Iron Man 3 was garbage.
I don't even remember Iron Man 3, but I know it's better than this.
For sure.
No, just like the trailers were better than this, and they were awful. Like I would rather see that Clifford the Big Red Dog movie. It was abysmal.
Oh my god.
So we're gonna cut to the chase. We don't think you should watch this movie. We think it's objectively unenjoyable. It's garbage. It's problematic. It should be illegal based on some things we're gonna talk about later. So we're gonna talk about a lot of spoilers because you do not watch this. Do not watch this movie. It's bad.
You've been warned.
But nah, basic, if you know anything about the Eternals, it's basic plot summary. They're like an alien race. They show up to Earth and they help guide the development of mankind. And, you know, with their different powers and personalities, they're kind of, they inspire the different mythologies and religions throughout the Earth. So, you know, you clearly have Athena, Angelina Jolie's character. She's supposed to be like one of the Greek, inspiration of the Greek pantheon and all this. You have Asian characters in there with that mythology. You have that really ugly guy who plays some kind of Celtic thing. You have what was this Faustos or whatever. He plays the black women who got us to the moon from American mythology. No! It's not. It's just. This is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen.
I mean, I think the best casting was definitely Angelina Jolie, and you know it's because in this movie she's really representing sick people because she has mad cow disease.
No. They say she's mad weary. Like they're like, yo, she mad weary. That's the actual word they use. I'm not making that up. I swear. They say she mad weary.
Also, they made her the goddess of war because you know the god of war is mad toxic, so he's got to be a woman. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's more accurate that like a woman would be the god of war, especially one that's mad weary. And it's just, it's okay. We gotta talk. I don't like insulting people personally, but like no, you can't separate it. Like this is a freak. Why are they casting this person? Every year she grows more and more bizarre looking. She's just an awful human being. If like you Google, any of her life stories, she's always been a weirdo. She grows progressively more witch-like in her appearance as her soul grows more demonic and twisted. It's just
for sure. It's the Sith. She's getting more and more Sith-like. That's just who she is.
I don't understand why she was cast. Firstly, she barely does everything. She's like off screen the majority of the film.
I feel like she just can't get any other roles, so they're like, she's a name. We need one name for the movie because no one else in this movie is a name.
Sir, no, they had Jon Snow and Robb Stark from season 3 of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, so they had no one else. No stars, no famous actors.
Oh, no.
The main lead, Asian, she's just hot. I've never seen her in anything else. I think she was in Crazy Rich Asians, I think.
At least she's hot, though.
She's so hot.
Yeah, give her that, because, like, that's rare for some of these movies. So, they get there, they have this really cheap-looking, really bad-looking CGI fight as they get there.
Also, like, the beginning of the movie is, like, the tone feels like a Zack Snyder movie where they're like it's very like gray and like serious tone. And it's not a Marvel movie. Marvel movies are always fun.
Wait. What are you talking about, Zack Snyder movie? Do you mean to say when Rob Stark is just floating around, ascending like Superman, shooting lasers out of his eye, that it's so blatant that at the end of the movie they actually have to break the fourth wall and have a character say, "Hey, it's Superman." Like, no, this is Zack Snyder. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm telling you.
No. It can't be. It's awful looking, and I mean in a literal sense cheap. Like, it looked like a cutscene from like a PS3 game. I had some real problems with the beginning of this movie.
Well, so the movie starts. They show up and they show like, oh, they're the saviors. They need to fight these things called deviants, who want to just basically just murder everything on the planet.
Again, that's the only part I like, because that's one of the things we do in our spare time. And our real job is we just destroy deviants wherever we find them.
Everywhere, schools, buses, everything.
Yeah, no deviants here, my man. Deviants will not be allowed nor tolerated. But then they go full deviant. They're like, all right, let's just get it out of the way. They have a loli in this movie.
What is a loli?
It's this really sick thing. Like, some of you people out there who watch anime, like you indulge in this. So a loli in anime, they take a character that's supposed to be like centuries old or whatever, and they draw them like a little girl. And they basically did that here. It's very, very disturbing, especially like with the way they take the plot. They have this very androgynous-looking teenage girl
who's like 12.
Who's like, I think the actress is actually older than that, but she looks 12.
Yeah.
And maybe this was shot when she was 12. I don't know, because this has been on the shelf for so many years. But it's just a child. It's an outright child with a David Bowie haircut, and it kind of looks like a they them. It's androgynous
on purpose, depending on what Hollywood.
No, Hollywood does this sick shit on purpose. They cast girls who look like boys.
Yeah.
And they do their haircut to really emphasize that. And no, they made it. Oh, this character is literally thousands of years old, but it's stuck in a child's body. And I'm sorry, no, it's just not appropriate. This is not appropriate, especially when one of the major plot lines of this character is that she wants to, she's mad she can't bang Rob Stark.
Yeah, that's literally one of the major plot lines.
Yeah, no, okay. We're being very serious right now. This isn't one of our jokes. This is literally a major point of the plot. This character wants to have sex with Rob Stark.
Yeah.
And again, the character is thousands of years old, but the actress is not. And it's bizarre. It's inappropriate. Pizzagate is once again confirmed real.
Yeah.
And Hollywood's into that sick shit. This is why the same people that defended that cuties thing. You remember the cuties thing?
Yes.
Like movie blob. One of the few critics defending this movie, and I say it's no coincidence.
No, not at all. And literally, Rob Stark picks like the mature, hot Asian woman over this little androgynous boy who's thousands of years old but looks 12. So obviously, Rob Stark's like, nah, I don't want that. I'm not really into that.
All right, I don't know. Was this just me, or speaking about the hot Asian chick? Gemma Chan, that's the hot Asian chick. She gets with Rob Stark.
Yes.
She gets with Jon Snow.
Yes.
Is this just the director living out her fantasies?
Well, the director is an Asian woman.
Yeah. And but she doesn't look like Gemma Chan.
No, she doesn't.
If you've Googled her, I have. You don't. You shouldn't. No, I'm just saying.
It definitely seems some sort of self-esteem issues where she's into attractive white men.
It's sus.
It's very sus.
But she can't get them.
Yeah. Oh no.
It's very hard to watch this movie and not think that, especially because Gemma Chan is 5 feet taller than both Rob Stark and the other Sim Stark.
Yeah, no, this is Revenge of the Manlets, this movie.
The whole time it's Salma Hayek who's their leader, Ajax or AJ?
Ajax, isn't Ajax, well, Ajax is a soap, but isn't Ajax from Greek mythology, the big guy with the hammer from Troy or whatever?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know what she is, but she's starting to, because they're not showing her assets, she's
her
definitely
face,
in her 50s.
No, her face is...
She's starting to look like a lunch lady.
It was starting to... Yeah, no, the face is...
And her... Dude, we gotta talk about the accents in this movie. These are ancient aliens, immortals, and they show up with all these very specific racial accents based off their races in real life. What is going on here?
So again, let's talk about this. They're clearly trying to go for the diversity thing, and they're doing that for very cynical reasons. Right? Because what they want to do, they want to play this game. And if you look at some of these critics online, they fall for it. They play this game where they add this diversity to a shit movie. So when you complain about the shit movie, they can then accuse you of, oh, you don't like diversity. No, the diversity has nothing to do with it. people might call you out for pandering, might call you out for just being opportunist and exploitive. But that's not, the diversity has nothing to do with why the movie's bad. The movie's awful. On top of that, the diversity is pandering, but that's not why the movie's awful. The movie's awful in and of itself, and you're using the fact that it has this superficial fake diversity to try to smear your critics as racist and all this, but it's simply not true. Also, I'll say it, not that diverse. I look at this cast of people, I see a bunch of Indo-Europeans and like one Chinese guy.
And one black guy.
Yeah, and no Bengali representation like I called for last movie.
Yeah, no. Where's the Bengalis?
Where are the Bengalis? Where are the Filipinos? Where are the Inuits?
Yeah.
But they try to go diverse in another extreme. Like, clearly, like, by including the lowly, I mean, they've been done the LGBT thing. They want to add the P to it, apparently, but that definitely should not be allowed.
No, definitely not.
That's what that lowly's about.
That lowly's definitely, they're trying
they're there for the P.
Slowly.
To get the P in there.
Get the P in there.
Yeah.
And then they don't get it, like, there's no coming back from things like that. You're going to cause problems in America.
Yeah, I mean, so they're not showing this movie in, most of the real countries of the world anymore. Like, China didn't allow this movie.
It's banned in the Middle East.
It's banned in the Middle East. Now, they're acting, we refuse to give in to, like, Saudi Arabian censors. You're only doing that because China already said no to this movie. If China was going to have this movie and they were like, get rid of those scenes, you absolutely would have done it. You've already, like, airbrushed black people out of your posters and everything. You fool no one. Your whole persona is a castle built upon sands, built upon lies. Not having it. Just not having it.
Now, that being said, speaking of diversity, the best part of this movie is when the Asian girl is marrying the white guy in an Indian wedding.
Let's talk about that, though. Let's talk about it, though.
It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, and then they're all standing there like...
Let's talk about this, though, because, again... we saw this movie in Mumbai, actually, turns out. And not everyone there was just as confused as we were. What's going on? What's going on with that? And, okay, the thing with religion is very weird. So they clearly try to hint that these Eternals inspired all the religions.
Yes.
Basically. Except for, apparently, Hinduism they didn't inspire.
Yeah, I mean, they're constantly flipping through the different ages that they were together in this movie, and then at one point, the director, she makes the Asian girl fall in love with, the white man, and they're in love, and first of all, they have an actual sex scene, which is very weird in a kid's comic book movie.
It was in the first 20 minutes. They start making out and banging each other.
It wasn't even good, though.
It was weird.
It was awkward. I felt uncomfortable. And,
either do it well or don't do it at all.
Just don't do it at all. Like, it's a kid's movie at the end of the day. Like, it's just weird.
No, again, because it's the character that the director clearly identifies with.
Yes.
With the type of guys she wish she was getting.
Yes,
so
yes, of course.
that's why it's in there.
Yeah, and that's why, at the end of the movie, all the main white actors don't get hurt because they're very toxic.
Also, in the first 10 minutes, that old hag, Selma Hayek, dies. And, like, everyone starts crying, and I'm like, am I supposed to care? What is going on?
Yeah, but they not only did they have a Hindu wedding for these two godlike figures that should be above these things.
Yes.
They gave another one of the characters a Hindu funeral.
They did that shit.
Yeah.
No, what is this? And then you have...
I'm just saying, they're lucky, if they're really following this up, they're lucky that character didn't have a widow.
Oh, no. No, but why do you say that? Please explain.
No, I don't want the channel banned, bro. Just look it up. You guys have taken social studies class. You know about these things.
Guys, just Google what happens to widows of Hindus.
No. This is a PC podcast, sir. All I'm saying is, do you know what Lord Indra said when he arrived to slaughter the Dasyo?
No, what did he say?
Namaste.
Oh no!
No.
Okay, I guess we should talk about some of the other characters on the. So besides the Indian wedding they have with the Asian girl and Rob Stark, the other character is played by the super hilarious Kumail something, and he's a Bollywood actor. And then, honestly, the only funny joke in the whole movie is the fact that he's like 1,000 years old, so he's always playing his own grandfather in movies, and then his grandson.
Yeah, no, that was a good joke.
That was a good joke. And I'll we give credit to where credit's due.
No, we're not haters. We'll give credit, but it's literally the only good joke in like a 3-hour and 50-minute movie.
Yeah, so it was, oof. And then they.
Oh, wait. Before we go any further, so as you may know, this is the Silicon Valley guy.
Yes.
There's something a little different about him. I can't quite place it. So he looks a little different, don't you think?
Yeah, I think he's vegan now.
Yeah. I think he's been trending hard, eating clean.
Yes.
And Navar giving up.
Definitely, you could tell his skin is really good. He's taking B12 shots.
All right, again, this guy, proper physique. I give him props. He's one of our type of people. We appreciate
people who work out.
People who work out and take performance-enhancing supplements. And
yes.
Again, don't worry. You stick with us in this podcast. We'll tell you how. We'll tell you what to take. We'll get you strong, lad. Don't worry.
We'll get you, week by week. We'll get you looking like that.
Yeah. But my problem is that he's also kind of disfigured himself in the process.
Yeah. I know his face grew.
He destroyed his own face. He looks like a bit of a freak. And the problem is, boys and girls. This guy waited until his mid-40s and then he started blasting. You don't do that.
No.
Everyone knows your first cycle's got to be very minimalist. You microdose.
Take a shot every other week.
Yes.
Hi, this is Derek from More Plates, More Dates. And I'm telling you what to do. Start with some basic TRT. Don't go straight to the Camille cycle.
He went right to just blasting trend.
He went right to Batista, right? Isn't that the origin story that he's friends with Batista?
So I have some inside info in this scene. So
let's hear it.
Mans Kumail Nanjiani makes a movie with legendary wrestler Batista.
Yes.
Now I'm assuming in the middle of filming this movie because he looks like what he's always looked like in that movie. It was a very shitty comedy cop movie. Something you'll never watch. But so in the middle of filming,
probably better than this movie.
For sure, better than this movie. But in the middle of that, he gets the job to make this Marvel movie. So he goes to his man's Batista. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna be a superhero. What should I do?" Batista said, "Say no more, friend." And then he took him into his lab, and then they just started experimenting on this guy. And then 3 days later, he came out looking with his jaw 5 times bigger.
No, they just shot this guy up full of venom, and they don't even really take advantage of that though. I don't know what he thought he was gonna get out of this. They briefly show his arms in 2 scenes, and they cover him up again.
The first major scene with him is literally a Bollywood movie set where he's doing this really shitty Bollywood dancing.
That was so stupid.
Also, way too long.
Way too long. And again, if you're gonna do it right. We are currently in Mumbai, and don't worry, we'll be gone by the time this airs.
Yes.
Where we've been crashing a bunch of weddings, and they're all better than this.
Way better than this. No, if you look at real Indian weddings and these parties and dance moves, it's fun. These people are clearly having fun. They're dancing. This was not fun at all.
No, and also in those Bollywood movies, those girls are usually very beautiful, and the girl they picked this was not that pretty. She's all right.
It just feels like they didn't know what they were doing at all. It just was this is a comedy thing because he's brown, so he's got to be a Bollywood star and haha hilarious. And then they keep going on with this whole shtick where he has this fat little assistant who films him this whole time because this guy's clearly a narcissist.
Yeah. So no, the Bollywood accent. I mean, the joke is kind of funny initially, but they go with it the whole movie, and just so they get there and the tone. This is one of many places where the tone is completely bizarre. So when they get to him in the Bollywood set, they're there to tell him that the leader of their group, Salma Hayek, she has just died. They're like, we're sorry to tell you, her latest Botox was botched and she just died. She passed away from this. And, it's supposed to be really sad because they're supposed to really value this person. But immediately, they turn into a joke.
Yeah, it's just bizarre. Either be a Marvel movie the whole time, which way they do joke immediately after deaths, or don't. It should be a very sad scene, but then the joke's too soon.
It's too soon, and they do this over and over. Each time a new Eternal finds out that Salma Hayek died, they react. It's supposed to be sad, but with cringy jokes.
Especially someone you knew for 7,000 years.
Yeah.
Come on, and even if they reveal later in the movie that she lied and then did this and that, but it doesn't matter though.
No, and again, death probably should mean more to these people because you're not expecting to die. You're immortal.
Yeah, you're immortal.
up, the main female character, she hasn't seen this guy Rob Stark, who used to be her boyfriend.
Married. They got married.
They got married. That's her Hindu husband.
Yeah.
No, she has to show him what he looks like on the aging app, one of these little face swap apps or whatever.
Like, oh, we're immortal, but like this, and this guy clearly doesn't use a phone for whatever reason, because
so bizarre.
It's like, what do you even do for hundreds of years when you have nothing to do?
Again, become a Bollywood star.
I mean, honestly, that might be the only cool thing that anyone in this movie has done. Like, at least there's perks to that. You're rich.
Yeah, no, but again, we told you, like, they have no creativity. I showed you what one African dictator could do.
Yeah, and he's not even immortal. He just makes people think he is.
He makes people think he is. But no, so the narrative structure of this is bizarre. It's because it's like you get a lot of this. You get a lot of them traveling around, them having these shitty CGI fights, and then they flash back to more of like, when they were on Earth. They were on this place, that place.
Yeah.
And you get to something I will not stand for. So I am El Cid. I am Spain's greatest warrior, Rodrigo Diaz de Vivar. And they give this anti-Spaniard, anti-Catholic propaganda that I just cannot stand for. They show them, the Eternals are watching the Spaniards take out, one of these child sacrifice empires throughout Middle America. Things that happen. I'm not saying it was all nice, but these people were not all nice either. But no, they go there and they're all watching this. And the ugliest character I've ever seen. Like, I don't know how this guy gets roles. The really ugly Irish guy.
He looks like who's the guy from Warrior? Jared Edgerton or something?
No, he doesn't look like that guy.
No, he looks like his little retarded son, like his
autistic
son.
No.
He looks a little bit like
worse
that.
than that, bro.
No, way worse than that.
He looks like that yellow guy from that Sin City movie or whatever.
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. This guy is so ugly. I got angry whenever he was on screen. Like,
it's too much.
It's too much, and he kind of mumbles through his lines, and it speaks really slowly, and like it lingers on his face. Like, he knows how ugly he is. Like, this guy is clearly aware, and he knows you hate him, and he wants you to like linger on that. This guy hates you back.
Yeah,
and he's just so ugly and malformed. Like, it's disgusting. And he's like, it's genocide, and just like, no, your face is genocide. Like,
and it just goes back to another thing where why do these ancient aliens have accents that correspond with the real race of these actors? What is going on?
Because they wanted to represent all POC, such as Irishmen.
Ugly Irishman represented me.
That's the real minority there. It's just oh, bro, this is not. I can't stand his face. And they definitely did some reshoots or something. Because like, again, skipping ahead a little bit. Like at the very end, Camille is like, "Oh no, we all did what we thought was right." But like, no, you disappeared at a certain point.
Yeah,
fucking weird.
Also. He's a coward who literally just was like, "Nah, I'm leaving. Bye, guys." Like, what? This character is just a coward.
That must be a reshoot, yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
That must be some kind of reshoot because he didn't even have an arc. He just disappeared.
Yeah, no, in the beginning of the movie they all disperse. He goes on to be like this actor and Bollywood star. They come back, they have him do a couple of action scenes. They show he's not a half bad guy. He's pretty nice to the little lolly.
No, he's nice and he's got a very useful power. He can shoot like lasers from his hands.
Yeah.
And again, like you would imagine, if this was a normal movie, okay, this guy's clearly a narcissist. So in his arc, he's gonna have to learn to not be a narcissist. Look outside himself, be a little selfless. That never really happens. He just disappears.
No, at the end of the movie, he's like, "Nah, I don't want to save the day or anything. I'm just gonna leave and let." Things, because he's like a big follower of Rob Stark. He simps for him. He's like, no, that's our real leader because he's stronger than all of us, and he's clearly not. Like at the end of the movie, Rob Stark got Fastos, played by a big beautiful black woman, BBW Fastos.
Oh, played by Whoopi Goldberg. Yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg.
No, so this guy is he was in Kong versus Godzilla.
Yes, amazing actor.
He's that actor. This guy, I don't know how to describe his physique. It's just like he's got like this broke shape where like none of the lines go the way they're supposed to. Like.
No, he's like when kids draw a fat person in the little drawing. It's a straight line and then it's a circle right in the middle.
Bro, he's like a wax pear that's been left on a radiator for 5 years. Like, this guy is like 400 pounds of shit in like a 150-pound bag. Like, it's like no matter how much they try, they do their best with the Hollywood costumes and the baggy clothing to try to hide it. But no, he breaks the lines of the silhouette. Like his waist is like broader than all of their shoulders, and he doesn't work.
He's supposed to be like the tech wizard genius who's gay, and he's clearly represents BBWs.
Yeah, it's bizarre. So again, they have he's their big gay character that they've been bragging about over the last couple of weeks, which like again cool, but like. That doesn't make the movie better. It doesn't cover up for the fact that this is not an impressive character.
No. Obviously, we still love the scene where they find him in modern day, and he has an Arab as a husband. And then
okay. Here's the thing that really got me. So yeah, he's married to an Arab guy, an Arab American. And this is the part that it troubled me a little bit. Like, so they have a kid that they obviously adopted. But the kid looks about like what they would look like if they were crossed. And it's like, Do you know how that works, Marvel? Like, it's not actually their kid, you freaks.
No, they found a perfect Arab black kid.
Yeah, it's
that's perfect.
That's freak shit.
He's got that perfect Arab black hair and the light skin tone.
No, his tone is literally in between both of their tones.
Yeah, it's so bizarre.
It's weird because like they're definitely implying that's like their biological kid.
Oh, for sure. They definitely artificially inseminated some Arab woman with or the opposite or something. I don't know.
No. And again, it's just I don't know where to even go with all this. They have Angelina Jolie in there, who we've already mentioned. She's looking absolutely bizarre, and her character has the twisties or what they call mad weary. Again, I'm not making that up. They call it mad weary.
Again, I call it mad cow disease because moo.
No, I don't think she was acting. I think that's if you read some of the stuff in the newspapers about her and Brad Pitt, that sounds about right. Like,
oh, she was definitely trying to kill all the other cast members in this movie. The last character in the Eternals is this, and honestly, I'll say most charming of all of them was the big Korean actor.
So I'm confused. Explain this to me, like, so because he dies in this movie.
Yes.
How is he in Doctor Strange then? I'm confused. How? What did I miss?
What's his name? Kong? Or Hong?
How's he back?
How's he back? No, man, I'm pretty sure I just saw him in Shang-Chi as well.
Yeah. So did he die or did he not die?
Honestly, they need to explain that in a they need a Disney Plus series explaining that because that's what I need.
No. I don't know.
Also, this goes back to the director where this one alpha Asian actor who's playing this character clearly is in love with Angelina Jolie's character and he simps for her. They never establish if she loves him back. So for centuries, he's like watching over her and protecting her. She has the twisties.
No, bro. No. I know what's going on here. It's again, you got to keep in mind who's directing this.
Yes.
With a lot of these women who are narcissists, they think they're entitled to act whichever way they want to act. They can be as abusive as they want to be.
Yes.
And they just assume like the default position of all the men around them is to love them back.
Yes, of course.
And it's like, that's not the way the real world works, but through media, you're indoctrinating generations of women to think this is how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
And you can see the consequences all around you in this crumbling society of sin.
So recently I found out that, Kamel used to get bullied. And I could see why. I would also bully him back then.
Oh, shit. Baki feels very strongly about this, as you can tell, folks.
Baki loved this movie.
Yeah. This is the best movie he's seen all day.
You know what it is? You know what it is? Oftentimes art is not about how good it is; it's about how it makes you feel. It got so many emotions out of it. So this is clearly real art.
Yeah. Art is the friends you made along the way, and by which we made absolutely none in that theater. Which let's talk about that, folks. Like, this is our first time back in theaters in a while. And
long time.
Perhaps it wasn't wise to do it within the slums of Mumbai, but I don't know. Maybe we've lost touch with how normies are. Did you guys notice there was that one woman behind us who every time one of the characters would get hit with the cheap CGI, she'd be like...
This woman hasn't been out of her house in 2 years.
I was this close, I swear to you, to turning around and berating her husband. Like, how do you allow this?
Bro, take her back home and lock her inside. She doesn't belong outside anymore.
People were making a lot of weird noises. It was
No. They're like children who spoke. Like, I don't know. Back in my day, like, children weren't allowed to do this in the theater.
No.
I had to ask. I didn't know the etiquette. Are you allowed to hit someone else's child?
I mean, that depends, like, depends on what country you're in, or...
No, I mean...
in America, probably not.
No, but we're in the streets of Mumbai.
That's facts,
Oh, no,
exactly.
here, 100%.
Yeah, then Mumbai, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
why not?
I don't know. Like, one of the kids, their mom was looking at me, like, weird, because I told her, get those slum dogs out of here.
No. How weak these Eternals are is mind-blowing. They're so weak.
It doesn't fit with the plot, because the plot is that these creatures were so powerful that you need to send the Eternals to stop them. But
yeah.
No, objectively, these characters are all weaker than, like, several Avengers.
No, from what they've shown us in this movie, and that's all we can go by, obviously, Hawkeye could kill all of them.
Yeah, because they're all vulnerable to, like, projectile weapons.
Yeah, they've established they can get stabbed and everything. He could definitely kill Salma Hayek, Kumail, all these people. Like, the only guy he probably couldn't kill is the Rob Stark.
Rob Stark, but he would lose to, like, every single Avenger.
Yeah.
Other than, like, every Avenger with powers could take him.
That's it. Like, Hulk would just annihilate. Like, do they even need Eternals in this movie? I feel like 2 Avengers could tank. Like, that's an episode of a Disney Plus series for them.
Yeah. No, this should have been an alternate timeline Marvel show. So Jon Snow and Rob Stark, the refugees from Game of Thrones, which, like, boy, did that fall off.
Nah, no one. I don't even remember the show. Never happened.
I'm just saying they're lucky our podcast didn't exist then, or like we'd probably already be in jail.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, one thing you may not know about Jon Snow is that in New York City, several times he's been thrown out of a bar. Now, I'm gonna fill you in on a little something, because not to give away too much information, but all of us on this podcast may or may not have worked in the underworld security business and been involved in some of these locations.
Absolutely.
Do you know what you would have to do to get thrown out of a bar as a celebrity like Jon Snow? Can you imagine what you would have to do? Like, there's local, like, customers, they're just like Z-list town celebrities, like, as in, like, just 3 people know their name at the bar because they've been there twice, so they get a lot of slack. And they get away with a lot. What would you have to do as Jon Snow to get thrown out of the bar?
Everyone recognizes Jon Snow because it's such a big show.
This was when the show was at its peak, mind you.
No, we kid you not. The local guy who won everyone, the varsity basketball team, gets away with a lot in some of these bars.
Yeah. The local, the volunteer firefighters in the town, they get away with a lot. The guy who's like the assistant coach in the girls' field hockey team gets away with a lot.
Yeah.
What did he do? I would. No, if you're listening right there, and if you know, I will pay you $1,000 Bitcoin if you tell me what he did.
Absolutely. Now, what did he do? It must have been so horrendous.
So dark.
What did he do?
Let me put it to you this way. Let me give you an example. If you told me he punched somebody in the face, I would say that's not enough.
It's not enough. No way. Not him.
No. If you told me you caught him doing drugs, that's not enough.
No.
I'm telling you, trust me, from experience, that's not enough.
To get kicked out of a bar? No.
No.
Assume half the people at every bar are doing drugs.
Especially, again, this is Manhattan. This is a very, at that time, a famous, fairly big celebrity with money and everything. So that's not enough. Weapon on him? Nope. Not even close. What did he do?
That must have been so bad.
Oh, boy. Jon Snow, well, we're going to find out.
We'll find out.
You know we will. And we're going to tell the world.
That's it.
But only if you give this video 100,000 likes.
That's it. This is true investigative journalism.
This is crowdsourcing, B. Crowdsourcing.
I guess we should talk about the generic villain that was developing as he killed off 2 of the...
Okay, yeah, so this really bothered me. They have this whole side plot in there of one of these deviants. He's like Cell from Dragon Ball Z, and he gets more power as he absorbs these people.
Yes.
So, he's almost reached his perfected form. He's killed a few of these people this
He's only killed 2. And he's already, like, strong enough to beat most of them.
Yeah, he's already, like, speaking and shit. He's gone from being an actual dog to, like, speaking and looking a little bit like the actual Cell.
Yeah.
And it's completely a useless subplot. The stakes are that they need to stop this giant... Okay, spoiler again.
Convoluted shit.
Convoluted shit. So the guy who runs the universe, he shoots out little sperm cells into planets.
Yes.
And eventually, when there's enough intelligent life on a planet, the little sperm cell will grow and become a celestial, and that'll destroy the planet when it gives birth.
Yes.
But again, like, okay, that's going to be the end of the world, right? So you figure, okay, we have to stop that. Literally, the world is going to end. Okay, that's high stakes.
Yeah.
But then they have this side plot of, like, this deviant guy who's like, no, we got to fight him too. Why?
No, but, like, I would think the deviant is on their side. Like, why didn't he join them?
It just made no sense.
Once he noticed that these guys are clearly fighting Robb Stark, why didn't he even be like, you know what? I'm gonna just, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
So they had to break the fourth wall in what surely looks like a reshoot. At one point, they saved Robb Stark from the deviant.
Yes.
And the reasoning is, we can't let him absorb more powers or he'll be too strong.
No, but they've established Robb Stark is strong. Like, he probably would beat that deviant, seeing how Athena, who's she got one punched by Korean Hulk, who's simping for her for centuries. He would beat her up, and then he got killed by the first form of Sal.
And he didn't use any of his powers.
And he got killed by the first form of Sal. That's when Sal became more human-like, kind of.
He got killed?
Yeah, Korean Hulk.
Again, like, how's he still around then?
I keep forgetting. I keep seeing him in Doctor Strange and Shang-Chi.
Come on, man. Come on.
I forgot.
Oh, no. But again, it makes no sense because this subplot has no stakes, especially at the end, in the final, like the final battle. They're literally fighting Robb Stark,
yes.
the little lowly sprite that betrays them.
By the way, huge part of this movie is the little lowly who's clearly in love with this grown man.
We'll get to that because that deserves a good 3 minutes on its own. But it's just they're fighting. She betrays them.
Yes,
they're fighting Robb Stark.
Yeah,
they're racing to stop within minutes or seconds. This thing is going to be born, destroy the whole world.
Yeah,
and they're also fighting this little like CGI dog human. Like,
yeah,
it makes no sense.
It's just bizarre.
But so let's talk about the probably the weirdest, most problematic part of this movie.
So problematic.
So, towards the end of the final battle, Sprite, the little lowly, she betrays them. I mean, a thing you could see coming a mile away because, again, Kumail was like, no, she's in love with Robb Stark.
Yes.
And so she betrays them. She stabs what's-her-face? Gemma Chan in the back.
Yeah.
She uses her little illusion powers to make multiple volcanoes because apparently you have to stop the volcano.
Yeah.
Even though the thing's
Mount Doom.
Yeah, but the Celestial's hand is so gigantic that you literally see it takes up 30% of the Earth coming out.
Yeah.
I don't know why the volcano is so fucking important, but
yeah, no.
Anyway, she's like, yeah, no, I'm tired of this life. Like, do you know what it's like to be like a kid and you can't have sex with people because you're a kid? And again, it's bordering on so weird.
Cringeworthy.
That's beyond cringe.
Beyond cringe.
Troubling.
You'll feel uncomfortable.
You feel uncomfortable because, again, this actress is actually a kid saying all this
So I
shit.
looked it up. She's 14, so this was probably shot when she was like 12. Like, ew.
It's just really wrong. Like, I feel like there should be an investigation of Disney. I feel like people should be arrested and executed for this. And it's so bizarre because you hear these stories about Hollywood. I don't want to say, you know the stories I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And you see this and it's just so weird.
Why couldn't they do just regular human stories that she's fat? So that's why he doesn't want her.
They already had a fat woman in this. So
yeah, but he,
they already had two fat guys.
But Fatso's finds true love and has a child naturally.
Yeah, don't you just love it how these 7,000-year-old gods they all perfectly conform to 2021 American gender norms and sexual
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
None of them have a harem of Genghis Khan of thousands of concubines. None of that. They're all perfectly acceptable in liberal 2021 society.
And they all have the IQs of what you think they would have in 2021.
Yeah. No, they have the IQs of the people who made this movie.
No, it's not like you have these other, amazing stories like Watchmen, where Ozymandias is a genius because he's older, and Dr. Manhattan is immortal.
No, it's because Alan Moore is actually smart.
Yeah, so
he's crazy, but he's actually smart.
Yeah, that's the problem.
These people are neither. These people are crazy in a bad way. They're crazy in the sense that they need to be medicated on all these things, and they're not smart.
And they're full of just so much hubris. They think they're real artists. And they think, no, I'm doing this something special.
They think this movie means something.
Yeah.
No, After I hit click on the recording button, I will never think of this movie again.
No, I'm never watching this again. I'm never talking about it again. This is it.
So I need to emphasize, they cry so much in this movie that near the end, I'm like, fuck, not again. And then bootleg Superman, he sheds one tear because he's nearly out.
Well, by the way, he kills himself.
What was that about?
Why did he kill himself?
So his name is Icarus, and you know how Icarus flew too close to the sun? This guy flew right into the sun. It made no sense.
By the way, just going back, because the lowly, we didn't finish that segment, is in love with him.
Yes.
As it's going on this big thing, and, she's ranting about how she can't sleep with Rob Stark, and how, you don't know what that feels like.
Yeah.
This thing. It ends, it's supposed to be, again, an emotional moment. You're supposed to really get her side of it. It ends with the really ugly guy punching her in the back of the head and knocking her out, and that's over.
Yeah.
That's literally how that ends. It's just like,
ends.
And she, by the way, she had just stabbed the person she's been living with right in the back.
Yeah, right in the back.
You figure they would linger on that a little bit.
All because she's mad that she can't have sex with her ex-boyfriend.
Yes.
Who's a grown man, and she's a child.
She has the body of a child.
Yeah.
And looks like a little boy.
Yeah.
No. It's
so wrong.
It's so wrong, but and again, you sick freaks, you can do this in anime. You shouldn't do it there either, but that's one thing.
Yeah, well, no.
But doing it in real life is bad. But I'm just saying, like, you would figure they would at least linger on the betrayal portion.
Yeah, no.
Do you want to take that? But no, you'd figure they would at least linger on that shit. But no, they don't linger on that. Instead, Jesus knocked out, and what's played for laughs. It's played for laughs, and then. The really ugly guy just, he curses us with his face again, and then they just move on from that.
It's just so wrong. I'm still like, I'm gonna have a hard time sleeping tonight because of his ugly face and the fact that the LGBT, insert P at the end of that whole situation.
Yo, but a related point. So they try to make the ugly guy's character. He has a thing with the deaf girl.
Yeah.
Like at one point it looked like he died, but he didn't die, but it looked like he died. So the deaf girl goes into a rage and really beats up Rob Stark. One thing I noticed, they didn't actually kiss.
No.
Like they came close to it a few times, they didn't actually kiss.
Yeah.
What up with that? Like, do you think he was just so ugly that the actress is like, no? Oh wait, sorry, she can't say that. She makes the hand signs for no.
As we've established, there's only one character or actress in this movie that kisses anybody. And it's the main hot female Asian who kisses two attractive white men.
No, wrong. There's another character who kisses.
I forgot.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I apologize. There's only two beautiful women in this movie that get to kiss.
Yes.
And both of them, they get, they get love interests. So the what's his name from Doctor Strange? I forgot his name.
I don't know. Doctor Strange guy. Yeah.
The Asian man who's protecting Angelina Jolie.
Yes.
He never kisses her. He never gets her because he's.
Well, no, because that would be toxic.
That would be toxic if he's only a protector. He's only a simp.
Yeah.
So
no. He is the a feminist version of a man where he provides everything they need and gets absolutely nothing in return.
Yeah, he's a cook for her. He protects her. He does all these things for her.
Yeah.
Gets no love.
No, nothing.
But the main two females get love.
Yes.
Except the only one who finds true love is the fat sauce.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the other two love interests are both straight white men, so obviously toxic.
So they save the day. You get some really drawn out scenes where like they're back at Fatso's house, and he tells the kid that violence is never the answer.
Yes, of course.
They do a little skit with Angelina Jolie being crazy around kids, and you're so crazy.
Why leave her alive? Like, are you planning on? First of all, they've already acknowledged there's no sequel.
They say that now, but I guarantee you, when they made this thing, they thought they had something.
They thought they had something. Yeah.
They're like, yo.
They saw the numbers, and they always know. By the way, Marvel always lies. Disney always lies about their numbers. They'll go as far as buying tickets themselves.
Wait, bro. You're trying to tell me that Captain Marvel, this character no one's fucking heard of, didn't sell more tickets than Wonder Woman?
Yeah, no. For sure, it made $1 billion. Because
$1 billion fake tickets.
If a movie's made $1 billion, at least half the people have seen it. I've yet to meet anyone who's seen Captain Marvel.
No, bro, all those.
I've never even seen it.
All those pictures of people in empty theaters that they were told were sold out. That's all fake news. That never happened.
Yeah, for sure, it's fake news.
But Nah, and like we said, the Kumail, he disappeared. He came back, and again, this must have been a reshoot. It's fucking nothing there.
This character just ran away because so men are either toxic and they kill themselves, or they're simps who are only supposed to protect you, or they're extremely ugly, or they run away.
Yeah.
That's it.
Those are the 4 stages of man, and
yes, except unless you're Fatsos, who is heroic and smart and just amazing.
So then the creator of the universe shows up, obviously, like he fucking would.
Yeah.
And then he brings these people out, and he's very mad at them. Some of these Eternals that he has, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna spare these people." And then like a second later, he's like, "I'm gonna judge them and see if they deserve to be like." It's just,
what?
You remember this? He's like, "I will spare them, but I'm gonna come back and judge them based off your memories and see if they deserve to live." So it's like, no, then you're not sparing them. Like you're just.
You're just badly written.
Yeah.
You're just a badly written God who doesn't know how to fix this situation or make it work out.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, we need to talk about the most horrific thing I've ever seen in my life. Where Thanos, big strong villain, this alien-looking villain, is the brother of Harry Styles. What the fuck was that about?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know what that's about. This guy's in the news for wearing dresses and shit. You know what that's about. You know what that's about. Like, don't make me say it. You know what that's about.
Nah, say it. We need. It needs to be said. To say it.
No. Again, I'm done. Those people, they already have like a hit out on me. I know. It's just I'm not gonna go through this. And and again, the CGI at the end is just as atrocious, if not more, than like the rest of the movie.
How is it? Movies from like 1997 they'll have like these practical makeups of these dwarves look better than this CGI now. Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And that little dwarf that in the after credit scene. Also, by the way, apparently Jon Snow is going to be a superhero in a sequel that never happens, by the way.
Yo, but you know how you can tell some of these critics dumb as hell and also racist? Like, if you look up the post-credit scene, they think that was Nick Fury at the end. That was not Nick Fury.
No, it was clearly Blade. And by the way, obviously, that was like a last-minute thing because they didn't show him. So they don't know what he's supposed to look like in his movies, so they just have his voice.
Yes.
And then he just phoned it in, by the way. He wasn't even there.
No, literally, that was from like a FaceTime. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's like, "Oh, do you really want that? Something. Whatever the line was, and it was just so bad.
Yeah, and Jon Snow was, ooh.
So is he going to be in the Blade movie? Are they insinuating that?
I guess. I don't know.
I don't think they thought it through at all.
No, they make this shit up as they go along. But like, he's got a sword. So he probably will be in the Blade movies. They're probably going to say he's some kind of like warrior family that helped hunt Dracula or some shit. So
he's supposed to be like some family of knights or something.
He'll be like Van Helsing or some shit.
Because they need to establish that obviously she can't date a regular guy. He needs to be a superhero.
Yes. Here's another interesting question that we can close on. So this movie is filth. It's garbage. It's shit.
So bad.
But normally these critics defend anything Disney does. Yet with this movie, you could see kind of like in...
It's split.
Oh, it's officially rotten on Rotten Tomatoes, like 50-something, right?
Yeah.
With this movie, you could see kind of like at the ending of Lion King, when Scar gets defeated and all his hyenas start to turn on him. These critics are finally turning on Disney. Now,
no one's saying it, but I feel like deep down that lolly really split up. Because at the end of the day, most of these critics, they're shills. They bought off shills. But they probably have kids. And deep down, their brains just couldn't handle that.
That's too much freak shit even for them. Like,
yeah.
Again, like, only the people that were defending Cuties on Netflix, like Movie Blob, they're the only ones I see defending this.
That's all you can say about that.
Yeah. No. People who should be on a list, and I mean, I would tell you what should really happen to them, but I can't say anything more. I'm not trying to get arrested.
So the lolly thing reminded me of this awful horror movie I saw called It. And there's a scene there where they're like sexualizing this 13-year-old girl, and I'm just looking around the theater. I'm like, yo, how's this legal?
Is anyone gonna stop this?
Okay, but from what I gather, that was in the original Stephen King book. Cause again,
he's a creep too.
No, he's a cokehead freak. So like, you could at least excuse that by saying like it's in the source material. There's no need for this.
That's true.
There's no need for this.
Someone wrote this.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, I haven't read the Eternals comic book. If you're gonna tell me that this character,
no, it is not in the comic book. No way.
If you're gonna tell me it's from, I know they like race and gender swapped a bunch of these characters. But
maybe it is, but even then, like, all right, it's your job
to cut it out.
pick and choose what should be in
you.
film.
You didn't do 100% faithful adaptation, so you've already crossed the modify some things bridge. So this is one of those things you needed to modify.
Yeah.
And it's probably that. It's probably the fact that maybe it's so bad. Maybe they're also realizing they don't actually get anything. Like in this YouTube era, they're not getting anything out of these early releases.
No.
Whoever got an early release for this movie, you already know that's a person not to take seriously.
Yeah, if they get these invites to watch the movie early and review it, for sure they're literally being paid to do this.
You're snitching on yourself when you go to those.
Yeah.
Jeremy Johns.
Yeah.
So good. This movie's so good.
That's exactly what that is. If you're going early, that means that these filmmakers or these companies are like, oh, they're safe.
Yeah.
We can show it to these people. They'll like it.
No, it means you're a cheap whore that can be bought off that easily. Like what?
For like a donut?
A screener DVD copy? Like what? Come on now.
Yeah, that's exactly... If they're inviting you, they know you're safe.
Yeah.
They have nothing to worry about your review.
You know, they know you're a shill. You're just a prostitute. But no, and there's that. So I think there's two parts of it. The lowly.
Yeah.
The fact that they're not getting anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I got 3 parts. The fact that it's just really awful. Like they might have lost too much credibility. But again, that didn't stop them with The Last Jedi. No. The Last Jedi was really awful too. This is worse than The Last Jedi.
I think with The Last Jedi is just terrible. It's ruining a franchise and these good characters. But this is going a step further where
it's bordering the P.
It's bad for society. This
also,
it's bad for public health.
Also, and I think I have another theory too. I think it's everything we've talked about. And I think there's this other final part. China banned it.
Yes.
So the real big boss, the people Hollywood really looks up to and just blows, is they're already against it.
Yeah.
So now that Comrade Winnie the Pooh is saying like, no, we don't like this movie. Now these critics feel safe.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's gotta be it.
Yeah. But no, go ahead and convince yourself that it's because these critics are also secretly racist or something.
Call China and the Middle East racist. I dare you.
You won't. But yeah, this is...
Final thoughts. I mean, it's just so bad.
Final thoughts are, this is why you need to get us to 1,000 subscribers and you need to get us monetized because this shit cannot stand, folks. We are here on our pirate ship, ready to commit acts of literal piracy against Disney. And I don't mean stream their movies. I mean, take the money that they are getting and bring it to us. And then after that, we will bring it to you. There's a golden age of piracy that's going to come here, and we need your support. We are the rebel army. If you're listening to this, you are the resistance. And you need to show them that we deserve your money, not them. Join our movement. Share this video. Like, subscribe, give it to all your friends. Don't watch the movie. Just watch this review instead. We will win. We will triumph.
Everybody, I come here for everybody. Kill everybody.